Good morning, Shawnee, and welcome to the Renegade Morning Show. Today is Friday, March 18th, and it's a day 3. I'm Dany Krastek.
And I'm Angelina Stambouli. As most of you probably know, yesterday was St. Patrick's Day. Dany, did you do anything special to celebrate?
Well, I wasn't planning on it, but then I realized that I had a great opportunity.
What are you talking about?
I realized that I was primed to catch a real-life leprechaun and get it on camera.
Somehow I doubt that, but let's see the video anyway.
Where's that music coming from? What the? What are you?
Was it look like I am, you puny human? I'm a gosh diddly darn leprechaun.
Yeah, but you're not green or Irish.
Those are actually very common misconceptions. Don't worry, I'm not offended or anything.
Do you at least, grant wishes or something like that?
Why the baked potatoes would I do that?
Do you have, a pot of gold or something?
No.
Are you sure that you're actually a leprechaun?
You know what I can do? Is I can offer you some Lucky Charms, or this buy one get one coupon from Bed Bath & Beyond.
What?
Oh, I guess it's expired. Okay, anyway. Oh, hey! You know of any good places where I can find some sushi or some seafood? I'm absolutely starving. Ah.
I have to say, I'm not entirely convinced that that was a leprechaun. Actually, he kind of looked like you.
Nope, it was a leprechaun. Moving on. Next up, we have first-time segment producer Micheal Dowd taking us through a conspiracy journey.
Join us as we begin with the first episode of the brand new show, Conspiracy Corner.
Welcome to a new series I'm going to be doing called Conspiracy Corner. Conspiracy Corner is a show about conspiracies and the thought behind them. This week, I'll be looking into the classic theory that life is a simulation. So, why do people think life is a simulation? Surprisingly enough, it's not just because of The Matrix. Dany, you should do an episode on the new movie. Anyways, the theory has been around since 1641. Philosopher René Descartes proposed a philosophical concept called evil demon, also known as Descartes' demon. It basically states that there's a being outside of our universe looking in. This has since evolved into the simulation theory due to humanity's technology advancing and the creation of simulations, such as The Sims. Being in a simulation can explain many different phenomena, such as deja vu and the Mandela effect. According to astronomer David Kippens, the odds of us living in a simulation are almost 50-50, with it favoring not living in a simulation just a little bit more. Kippens has also stated that the day we invent a machine capable of creating simulations indistinguishable from reality, it is almost certain we live in a simulation. Humanity is close to creating lifelike simulations. AI has evolved tremendously in the past couple of years. AI can hold conversations and is capable of basic thought. If that kind of AI is plugged into a life simulator, it could very likely create civilization like ours. So what do you think? Could life as we know it be a simulation, or is this all a bunch of baloney? You decide. Tune in next episode where we'll talk about last Thursdayism.
Well, I don't know how much I believe in that, because I think reality is totally not a simulation.
Totally. Next up, Andrew discussed a rather strange topic, scallops.
What even are scallops?
I think that's what Andrew's here to answer.
Hey Shawnee, and welcome to the first episode of Andrew Talks About Foods. Today I will be preparing scallops. Now give me a minute to go get the ingredients. Hey, is this Tarantellas? Okay, I'd like to order a large scallop scampi, please. Yeah. 30 minutes? Okay. Alright, you caught me in a lie. I must confess I didn't prepare these scallops. However, I did order them from a local Italian restaurant, so I guess you could say I was supporting the local economy. So there's a plus for that. Now, what are scallops, you might ask? Despite smelling extremely good, they are a type of shellfish closely related to mussels, clams, that sort of thing. Now, they're extremely creepy well, you find them in the wild with those little beady eyes they got. But they're actually quite delicious. And scallops is not just one type of scallop. We got bay scallops, sea scallops, and scallop is considered the meat inside of it, these little nuggets, which you see holding in my hand right here. Now, how can you cook one? Which I kind of mentioned in the beginning, but I never actually followed through on it. Scallops are actually really easy to cook. It only takes 4 minutes and 2 minutes on each side of the scallop if you're pan-searing it. They're very tender, sweet, and succulent. They're a delicacy found in bays, estuaries, and sometimes deep in the ocean if you're looking for sea scallops. A little touch of sweetness, a little bit of brininess, hence why it's a sea creature. It's actually really expensive to buy. So if I'm gonna go and buy something expensive for food, and that's just the meat that's expensive by itself, I'm gonna buy a meal to go with it. Because you only live once, right?
That really explained a lot about scallops. I never would have thought they would be such an interesting topic.
Next up, Sarah took to the halls of Shawnee to answer the age-old question.
Are there more doors or wheels in the world? Wait, that's actually a question that people are debating?
I'm back, everyone, and with more things to talk about this show. Anyway, if you've been on TikTok for the past few weeks, you might have seen the debate whether or not there are more doors or wheels. Before I get into all this, let's clear up what is considered a door because people have been getting a little bit confused about it. To Google, a door is a hinged, sliding, or revolving barrier at an entrance to a building, room, or vehicle, or in the framework of a cupboard. Now that that's out of the way, we can talk about who the real winner is. Wheels, obviously. Think about it. Hot Wheels. Yes, they have doors, but think about what a door is. Doors have to open, and theirs don't. So take 100 Hot Wheels and times them by 4, and you get 400 wheels and no doors. Now on the door side, there are buildings like this. They at least have 10 or more floors of doors, but they also have 10 or more floors of wheels. And the chairs in the building have more than one wheel in them, usually 5. I was looking around the school for a few days for this video, and anytime I saw a door, it had a wheel on it, such as a locker, or the fact that cabinets are doors, and if you look at the art room, they have a ton of cabinets, or if you look in a regular classroom, there's no cabinets at all. I feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole that I'll never find the end to. There's too many things that add up to this situation, such as cabinets, spinning doors, and lockers. It's like the chicken or the egg debate. What came first?
To really say about that, but I personally think that there's more doors because, I mean, if you think about it, you know, every building has doors, but not every building has wheels.
But things like bikes have wheels, but no. Oh, we're live again.
Oh, Dany talks about movies. In addition to superhero movies, one of the most common box office trends in modern times has been musical biopics. Movies like Bohemian Rhapsody, Rocketman, Stardust, Straight Outta Compton, you know what I'm talking about. Movies that dramatize and explore the life of a famous musician or band in some cases. And honestly, a lot of these have been pretty much the same movie. Rocketman tried to do something different by making it a musical, but Bohemian Rhapsody is basically just a Wikipedia page turned into a movie, and I still like it. To say that it's not a hugely ambitious movie is, you know, not the most outrageous claim in the world. With that said, the 2014 film Love and Mercy is probably my favorite of these musical biopics, depicting the life of troubled pop genius Brian Wilson, the leader of the Beach Boys. The movie explores 2 pivotal moments in his life, one in 1966 as he's creating his masterpiece Pet Sounds, and the other is in the late 80s as he's trying to free himself from the care of his abusive psychiatrist, Eugene Landy. These 2 phases of the character are portrayed expertly by Paul Dano and John Cusack, respectively, and they both do a really good job portraying a character who is different, but also the same throughout, if that makes sense. Apparently the 2 actors never interacted while filming and didn't even meet until after the film was completed in order to avoid confusing each other and copying each other's mannerisms. So what you get is a character who's the same and has some similar mannerisms, but it's not a direct copy of one another. The way the film is shot gives an extremely authentic look, which makes it really seem like it's directly from the 60s. But probably the most extraordinary thing about this movie is its sound design. I can't even put into words, but the sound design is really, really, really strong. It expertly weaves in classic Beach Boys tunes as well as some other ambient noises, and it just does a really, really good job of portraying what Brian may have been hearing during this time in his life. So yeah, this is a really good movie, and I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I didn't like this movie when I first watched it because I guess I don't know what was going through my head. Even if you're not factoring in things like doll houses, like the number of doors still vastly outnumber. Oh, sorry about that.
That's all for today. Tune in every Monday through Thursday for the Shawnee Wake Up and every Friday for the Renegade Morning Show. I'm Angelina Stambouli.
I'm Dany Krastek.
Have a great weekend, Shawnee.